What's good, y'all? It's your boy Boss. I want to thank you for checking out the channel. And before we get started today, I just want to say Happy New Year. I know we had a shitty year last year, so hopefully this year is brighter, bigger, and better. And today we're going to be talking about Cardi B legal battle that she's finally won, and she's never having to pay $30 million to her ex-manager. But before we get into that, let's get into the first story of today, which is some sad news for the hip hop community. The rapper MF Doom has passed away at the age of 49, according to his wife Jasmine, who posted on Twitter before the year ended. So she says, to the greatest husband, father, teacher, student, business partner, lover, and friend I could ever ask for. Thank you for all the things you have shown, taught, and given to me and our children and our family. Thank you for teaching me how to forgive beings and give another chance, not to be so quick to judge and write off. Thank you for showing how not to be afraid to love and be the best person I could ever be. My world will never be the same without you. Words will never express what you and Malachi mean to me. I love both and adore you always. May the all continue to bless you, our family, and the planet. All my love, Jasmine. So she said that he passed away on October 31st, 2020, which was Halloween, but she just announced this news at the end of this year, maybe just this week, last week, really, probably this week. And a lot of people was mad about that. A lot of people was, I ain't gonna say mad, but a lot of people is confused as to why she released the news just now when he passed away months ago. But at the same time, I feel like maybe she was just grieving. We should let people grieve how they want to grieve. And at the same time, we're not owed anything. Like, she didn't have to come out with this news, but she wanted to let his fans know that he passed on and moved on to a better place. But I feel like sometimes us as fans, we feel like we're obligated to know everything about an artist, whatever they have going on in their life and things of that nature. I feel like that's more so to this day and age and what's going on with social media. We feel like, what's going on? What's going on? Tell us, we got to know. But she does have the right, and her family does have the right to grieve and just do whatever they want to do with that information. So she did say he passed away on Halloween. She didn't give a reason of how he passed or why he passed, and I doubt if she ever will. We'll never know. We don't know if it's COVID or if he already had some kind of underlying ailments going on. So it is what it is. I just want to say that I'm sorry for her loss. We'll be praying for her family, and the hip hop community has lost a legend. Now, me personally, I've never heard any of MF Doom's music. I've heard his name over the years lots and lots and lots of times. Seen covers, seen people just pop up and talk about him, but I never got into his music. I'm the type of person that if I'm late to something, if I'm late to the train, I'm not just gonna hop on it. But I do plan on checking out his music just to see what everybody was talking about, because people do hold his name in high regard. So I do plan on checking it out. I just want to say I'm sorry for his family's loss. I'm sorry for the hip hop community's loss. And it just was a shitty year. 2020 was a shitty year. We lost a lot of people, too many to name, but it is what it is. So I just want to say we're praying for you. And on to the next story. In other news, New York rapper Lil Tjay was busted on alleged gun and weed possession in NYC. The rapper Lil Tjay was collared in Brooklyn Wednesday after a Cadillac Escalade he was riding in was pulled over and cops found a cache of guns, the court records show. The 19-year-old artist was in an SUV with four others when the cops stopped the car in East New York after the driver allegedly failed to signal when switching lanes, according to the criminal complaint. Inside the Cadillac, cops found four loaded pistols, a black Ruger, a black Taurus, a tan Sig Sawyer, and a black and tan Smith & Wesson, which were stashed under the cup holder in the third row Court papers allege the Smith& Wesson was reported stolen by the Columbia Police Department in South Carolina, according to the complaint. Police found a backpack behind the front passenger seat filled with marijuana, the papers say. Lil Tjay was charged alongside K. Brown, Antoine Boyd, Yamrick Parker, and Tanij Davis. The Brooklyn-born rapper, who is signed to Columbia Records, was arraigned New Year's Eve on charges of criminal possession of a weapon, criminal possession of stolen property, I can't even speak, and unlawful possession of marijuana. He was sprung Friday on $50,000 bond posted by celebrity bondsman Ira Judelson. Earlier this week, NYPD officers sworn a set of his music videos he shot in Queens to a response to a 911 call of disorderly conduct, but he wasn't arrested. So, let's talk about this. The first thing I want to say is these rappers are fucking idiots, especially if you live in the New York tri-state area. If you don't know, if you're caught with a gun, I think it's a mandatory minimum sentence of 2 years in jail or prison, whichever one it is. But that's a mandatory minimum, 2 years. They got caught with what, 4 guns and marijuana. So it's like, it's over for this guy. He might be able to get some high-priced lawyer to maybe plea it down to some, but I doubt it. I just hate how stupid these rappers be moving. They feel like they untouchable. They feel like they rule the world, like they run the world, and they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. But they can't, and they are in for a rude awakening. And this guy in particular, he's talking about he's the king of New York. You're not the king of New York. There's only one king of New York, first and foremost. His name is Sean Carter. Before, born on December 4th, you feel me? So, let's stop that first and foremost. I want all New York rappers to stop this King of New York shit. Y'all ain't no fucking kings of New York. Kings of New York don't move like this. You moving like a idiot. You moving like a worker bee. You ain't no king, first and foremost. Secondly, I want people to take their craft more seriously. Why are you moving like this in the first place, bro? Like, why are you moving like this in the first place? Now, I know some people could say, well, they got guns, they got to protect themselves because they got a lot of jewelry, they got a lot of money. Yeah. That's what you hire security for. But these guys are so tough that they don't want to hire security and stay free and out here with their family to reap the benefits of the $1 million that they're making off this music. They rather act like they're tough guys and carry around the guns and get caught and do time, and then have people on social media talk about free the guys and free this and free that. Don't free these dumbass niggas. Keep these niggas locked up where they belong. Let's move on to the next story in other news. Alright, let's get to the last story of today, which is Cardi B winning her legal battle of $30 million against her ex-manager who was trying to sue her for money that he thought he was owed. Cardi B has come out victorious in a legal battle that barred the chart-topping artist from advancing in her rap career. According to the report of All Hip Hop published on Saturday, December 27th, a judge has dismissed the entire case that pinned Cardi B against her former manager, Shaft, on Christmas Eve. The case was dismissed with prejudice, so neither party can ever bring the case back up in court ever again. This action, including all claims and counterclaims, is hereby dismissed in its entirety with prejudice against all parties, the legal documents state. The parties have further agreed that all parties to this action shall bear their own costs and attorney fees. Back in April 2018, Shaft filed a breach of contract lawsuit worth $10 million against the Bronx, New York rapper. Her former manager claimed that Cardi pushed their arrangement or agreement to the side when she made the move to sign with Quality Control, and that her husband also threatened him. Shaft also claimed that he was the one who helped Cardi land her role on Love and Hip Hop and hooked her up with the publishers and producers who made her breakout single Bodak Yellow. Not long after the original lawsuit was filed, the invasion of privacy rapper fired back by filing a counterclaim against her former manager for $30 million. She claimed that Shaft is the one who breached the terms of their contract by taking bigger cuts of her earnings illegally and neglected to provide accurate reports of her income. The legal battle was once reason why Cardi hasn't released her sophomore album and why she hasn't officially had access to the earnings she received from her first album success. So let's talk about this. I didn't know this. So basically, Cardi hasn't been able to touch any other money from her first album, which was Invasion of Privacy, a great project, a great debut project. And I know she made millions of dollars, so she had to have this money set on hold on the back burner until this case was taken care of. Now that the case is finally done with, she can take all that money. So that's first and foremost. So she probably just been living off of, well, she didn't really do no shows because she was pregnant during that time. So I can't say she was living off shows. I know she probably living off a Fashion Nova deal and other endorsement deals. She have an endorsement deal with Reebok. I don't know how much money she made off the deal. I know she made millions of dollars off of both of those endorsements. So she probably been living off of that alone. So to see that she finally finna be able to get the money that she made off her first debut album, that's gonna be big. So that's kind of cool at the same time, because it's like you be thinking most of these artists be spending a lot of their money, which she couldn't spend any of that money that she made off of that album. It's just been sitting in the bank account waiting for the outcome of this case. And as you see, neither plaintiff or the other person is getting anything. The ex-manager ain't getting nothing. Cardi B ain't getting nothing. They just gonna cease to exist and move on with each of their careers, and I think that's a good thing. I remember when this story first broke, and it kind of upset me because I kind of talked about this when we was talking about Chance the Rapper and his ex-manager and them parting ways, and I just feel like when artists is on a come up, they believe and they use the people that believe in them and do the most for them. But once they hit a certain plateau, they always dump that person and get somebody else. And that's what Shaft, her ex-manager, is saying that she did. She got Bodak Yellow, start popping, and then she signed with Quality Control, which is Coach K and P. Y'all know who that is. That's the guys that's behind Lil Baby, Lil Yachty, so on and so forth, the Migos. And she had signed with them for a little bit, so they was managing her. And I just don't like that. Like, I understand that as artist and manager, you might have a difference of opinion, and sometimes y'all don't see eye to eye, but that doesn't mean that y'all should split ways. Y'all should try to come together and work it out and make it beneficial for the both of us. But at the same time, she's saying that she was in a kind of shitty deal and he was taking more money than he was supposed to be getting. So I do understand that, and you do need to get the leeches and people that's not good for you off of your team so you can prosper and have a great career. So that was the end of the story with Cardi B and her $30 million lawsuit. She won. She doesn't have to pay $30 million. The guy that used to manage her ain't getting $30 million. And it is what it is. I want to thank y'all for checking out today's episode of In Other News. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.